D.R.A.M.A TV 27, Ben Franklin Elementary School, Luke B&G, Breaking the Change. We got the kids out again, of course, and we have the Kappas out speaking to the kids about a good, useful message. What's going on there?
So if you go and you getting pus and stuff like that that's coming out, things along those lines, and things
teaching them about HIV and sexually transmitted diseases.
Don't think it's going to go away. Don't think you got a cold or the flu or whatever else. If it's down there and you having problems down there, you guys got to be more proactive and go find out what the situation is. See what the situation is. You know, I see there's a couple females in the audience as well. I want you to do the same thing. Same thing. If a guy coming at you and he coming at you a certain way, he's trying not to wear no condom, you gotta wonder what he doing out there, where he don't care about his life and protecting himself, where he will go ahead and have unprotected sex. You gotta do that for yourself. And you gotta really understand that you only have one time at this thing, and you catch something like HIV, you're not getting rid of that. Everybody know what HIV is in here? No? HIV, and it's cool that you know, but that's the thing right there that they don't have a cure for that right now. They don't have a cure for that. They got medicine that can keep you around here. Magic Johnson, HIV, and he around here, but Magic Johnson got a whole lot of money. A whole lot of money, so he got 16, 17 bottles of medicine that he take, everyday pills he take every day. He can keep himself right. When you looking at him, you almost forget that he got HIV. The typical person, your insurance not working like that. You're not getting the experimental drugs and stuff like that. AIDS is taking you out of here. HIV is taking you out of here. Your immune system gets weak and stuff like that. Those are things that you gotta look at and understand. That's why I said abstinence before I said anything else. Because there's a lot of things that can happen to you if you're not on point with that. Anybody here realize that, everybody here heard of oral sex? I'm just going to throw it out here. And everybody heard of that? It's great, wonderful, you hear of it, people, I see some smiles in the water and stuff like that. Do you realize you can get an STD from oral sex? Okay, and it's important that you know that you can get an STD from oral sex. You thinking to yourself, well, I ain't doing it, I'm not really in there, she doing something to me, and that's where it is. No, if she's carrying it, and she has it, and she gives you oral sex, and you thinking, oh, I'm not really doing that, no, you can still get burned the same way. If somebody has oral sex. I know, people say condoms, if you're acting, condoms are not comfortable, and, you don't want to use them because of this, you don't want to use them because of that. There are things you can use with condoms to make it more comfortable for you. And and those are things that we can talk about if you guys have questions in regards to that. They have things you can use with a condom where it's a better experience than where it is. Anything else in the film that y'all saw? Anything in there was there any situations that you guys are familiar with? What? Temptation? And tell me a little more about that. What you mean? She wasn't about that, but the temptation is there. You have a female. That one female, she was ready. She was about it. And the dude was like, oh, not yet. I got something I want to do, whatever. How many of y'all can do that that's active? How many of y'all have a girl that look all right, and she coming at you, and you can be like, no, I'm not trying to do that. I mean, that's tough. It's tough for a guy to do that when your ego is there. Huh? Okay, that's real. My man right here said he's going to struggle with that if they come in. A lot of people probably would. And some of the reasons are the peer pressure stuff. When she comes in like, oh, he's scared. I tried to go there and he was scared, whatever else. That's real. That's real. That's out there. But you got to say to yourself. And you know what I tell young people all the time? Think of yourself like females should think about themselves. And guys don't do that. In the society allows a guy to be a dog and he's still that bull. When he out there, he's having sex. I'm like, her. He walk around pumping his chest out, man. All that. Everybody look at him like he cool. A girl, she get with 2, 3 guys, she everybody looking at her a certain kind of way. That's what it is. It might be 2 people. And they say, oh, he did it, she ain't nothing. She a guy, if they say 2 people, you look at it like, oh, that's all you have? Society is reversed like that where it works out. When a guy should look at himself just like a female looks at herself. A female that's your girl, she want to be able to walk around with you and say, I got a dude that everybody ain't have. I got a dude that, you know, he ain't no dog. He ain't just out here trying to get with anybody, any opportunity he can. This is a dude that's a real dude. You know, not walking around with your girl, the girl's like, man, I can get him. You know, because some girls will go at a guy just to prove that they can get that guy when you with somebody else. You know, and that's just honest. You gotta look at yourself the same way some females look at themselves. I don't want to be looked at that way. I don't want anybody to think that it's just easy. I'm just, you know, I mean, you can get me whatever, you know. And that's honestly, everybody should have pride about themselves, period. You know, when you're going about things. Go ahead. You hit up your child support and all of that stuff that's going on. You might be taking home $500 and something as opposed to that $1,000 you thought you was getting, depending on what the situation is, what the circumstances are there. You know, you're talking about going to school or whatever. You know, you gotta leave school, you gotta get a job, if you care about that person and what happens, it'll stop. Females, same situation. You know, they'll go away, try to go to school, they get pregnant, you know what, a lot of times they gotta leave school. They can't get that education they want. They can't get, you know, jobs and things like that because of it. It slows you down. You know, it slows you down, not to mention if you get an STD or something to take you out of here. You gotta just be real cautious about the decisions you make. And that's really where at. Your age right now, I'm looking at y'all, I'm hoping that I can come back and, you know, 10 years from now, y'all owning the businesses around here. Y'all doing the things where I can look at it and be like, yo. And I see a lot of young people in Harrisburg that's doing it. You know, they are trying to get it right. They are trying to do it the right way. I love to see that situation. The reality is, probably half this room, if I'm looking at it, gonna probably make something out of their life. Half of them probably not. Make sure you stay on the side that's gonna make something out of yourself and do something about yourself. That's really all I had. Any questions from anybody? Have any questions about anything that we stated? Make sure you identify a mentor. We're here. You know, we're doing some more things in the community. Actually, we're looking at we're gonna be doing a mentoring program through my fraternity. We get ready to get a house. That's what we're looking at now. We're doing some other steps to kind of put that in. Have somebody you can talk to about some things off of. That sex thing, that STD, that protection, you know, it's a certain way to put on a condom. Do you guys realize that? Everybody knows that. I mean, I know everybody has to that. All right, I got a condom, but if you're not putting it on right, if you're not leaving a little bit of space at the top when you put it on and making sure it's there, then guess what? You won't want it. It's not gonna matter. There's things like that you gotta understand about this stuff when you do it. You know, you gotta understand what you're using and what you're doing and how you're doing that stuff. Because if you don't, you're gonna get yourself jammed up. So really find somebody you can talk to. Find somebody that can give you some information that you feel comfortable with and ask them questions. Don't wait until it's too late to make sure you ask questions. I appreciate y'all time. We're gonna go ahead and let y'all get something to eat. We're gonna be done.